This is Michael Gerace with Clearview Sewer Cams. It is April 16th, 2020, and we are performing a waistline and sewer line video inspection through the 3-inch ABS plastic waistline cleanout. We are located at 2081 Belgrave Court, Simi Valley, California, 93063. And as I said, it is April 16th, 2020. And this is the surrounding area behind us. There is a mainline cleanout that we could see buried. There is looks like an umbrella stand right around the corner from where this cleanout is in the ground. Underneath that area, there's a round hole with a buried mainline cleanout. But this is a little bit easier to try and access than to get to that one. So we're going to run through this 3-inch ABS plastic waistline cleanout. Going to begin our inspection now. We're going to zero out our camera monitor. So if we do need to figure out footage, we're zeroed out. We're going to begin running down. So we should run down and then run straight out the front. Doesn't appear to be that long a run. We're making a turn. We got some water coming through. I can hear the water coming right now. We're going to just rinse our camera lens off as the water does pass. And we're going to pause for just a moment for the water to subside a little bit. We've got ABS plastic, and here is our mainline cleanout right here. And we have ABS plastic, and then we're going to transition almost immediately to vitreous clay. We got a minor offset in the ABS plastic to vitreous clay right here, and this will be underneath the brick wall area. A lot of times when they put the ABS plastic together with the vitreous clay, they use a certain type of coupling. More than likely, the coupling that they use had a little bit too much play, and they couldn't line up the joints just perfectly. There's certain bands that have less play and it will line it up a lot better. But I don't foresee an issue here. It's not a very drastic offset, so I wouldn't be too concerned about it. Next joint, we've got a minor offset. You can see at the top of the pipe. You can see the face of the pipe at the top, but then you don't see anything at the bottom. Will drop down into the line just a little bit. Again, a minor offset. There's no cracks, no breaks, no major root intrusions or anything. Next joint appears to be pretty flush. And this is vitreous clay. 4-inch vitreous clay. Push out. The next joint appears to be in pretty fair condition. Does look like there might have been some root intrusion possibly that had adhered to the side of the vitreous clay. May have been cleaned out possibly. Don't see anything major root intrusions or anything, no major cracks or breaks. That joint's aligned pretty well. Next joint is aligned pretty well. Don't see any issues with that section of piping. Pushing out, and that may be the transition possibly to the city lateral. And the next joint appears to be in fair condition. We'll see, we'll push out and then we'll take a look. Especially coming back, we can see a little bit further, a little bit easier, a little bit clearer. That joint appears to be in fair condition. That joint's got some chips in the joint off to the left about the 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock area. There is some chipping in the joint right here, as you can see. And this piping, very difficult to tell. It almost looks like a concrete blend piping, not a vitreous clay. We may have transitioned to concrete piping, possibly. We'll take a better look at it. When we blow it up on our laptop, a lot of times we can see a lot better. Making a turn, and then we're dropping down into the city sewer. Right here, we're in the middle of the street. We are at our city sewer tie-in connection. We're going to pause for a moment. We're going to locate this area just to verify where we are. Okay, we're in the city sewer area, and we did locate this area at 8 foot 10 inches deep, in line with the city sewer, and it is closer to the opposite curb across the street. You're going to begin pulling back. That's the city, that is your saddle tie-in connection to the city sewer lateral. This is the 6-inch vitreous clay, and you own the 6-inch vitreous clay from the property line to the city sewer tie-in connection. You're responsible for it. Okay, so we're going to keep pulling back. That's one of the first joints coming back. That joint's pretty flush. Looks to be in pretty good condition. No major breaks, no major offsets, no major root intrusions. Got approximately 4 foot between joints. There's another joint. That joint's pretty flush. We usually have about 30 to 35 feet of city lateral, and then we transition back to the 4-inch vitreous clay on the property. Another joint. That joint's pretty flush, looks to be in good condition. Again, no major cracks, no major breaks. Another joint. Now we transition to the 4-inch vitreous clay at the property line. This is by the sidewalk area. So we're going to keep pulling back. Short joint here, have a short section right there. And that's probably the, from what I can see at the top, there's a fitting, that's the inspection T. When they put the sewers in, they fill up the line. And then they put a plug right there so you can plug off the house line just to test it, make sure nothing's leaking. Continue pulling back. That joint looks to be in good condition. Another joint. Same thing, pretty good condition. Pretty flush. No major cracks, no major breaks. All the piping looks to be in good shape, I can see. Another good joint, another flush joint. We've got one or two that are offset just a tiny bit that I don't believe are going to pose a problem. There's an offset right there. You can see the whole face of the pipe at the top. Where you can see this from like the 3 o'clock area to the 9 o'clock area. You can see the face, but you don't see anything at the bottom because it's shifted. So instead of it being nice and flush, it shifted just a little bit. But not bad. This is pretty common, especially with vitreous clay joints. It's hard to get them lined up perfectly. Coming back, now we got a pretty good size offset right here. This is ABS plastic we transitioned back to, and we're right up underneath that umbrella stand by the block wall. And when they put this joint together, they probably used a certain type of coupling that had a lot of play in it, instead of using a coupling that was very rigid and where they would line up just right. Probably been this way since it was put together. I don't see any major root intrusions, no breaks, no cracks, and I can get right over it pretty easy. If it's really bad, then I have to fight it. I have a hard time getting over it. So again, like I said, I don't foresee any issues with it. And then we transition back to ABS plastic, and from the wall, we're coming back and make a turn. Now we're coming back up the wall and out of our waistline clean out. And that's going to conclude the waistline and sewer line video inspection.